Welcome to the Brothers of Destruction podcast, where we break down all the latest WWE action. From epic rivalries to shocking twists, we've got the full breakdown.
Yes, everyone, welcome to the Brothers of Destruction podcast with yours truly, Prime Time right here, and my boy Flace right here. Welcome, everyone.
Hope everyone's doing well. How are you doing, bro?
Not too bad. I had a good episode of Raw recently. I'm assuming you've watched it. You've watched what's gone on.
Yeah, well, look, loads happened. We had, obviously, probably the most underrated part of Raw for me was the Seth Bron segment. I thought that was brilliant. They obviously got Roman Reigns, Jacob, Roxanne there. You know, you got Finn Balor and Roxanne's there. Could we be seeing a turn on Judgment Day soon? There's a lot to discuss. There's a lot that happened.
Lots to discuss. Yeah, and we're gonna dive right into it, guys. No playing about. We're gonna dive right into it. Checking out all the big segments that happen, all the big things happen on Raw. And also on that note as well, don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube. Check us out on Instagram as well, some of our shorts. And also we are still got our previous episodes on Spotify as well. If you want to listen to some of our older episodes in the car, check us out, guys. We appreciate your support. Keep checking us out. Let's keep grinding away. All right. Going into Raw now, reviewing it. So as you said, it was an underrated segment. Seth Rollins and Bron Breakker promo battle, which has led to finally, feels like a wow since, Bron turned on Seth. And was leading to their big match at Backlash, which made official. The promo battle between them two was actually really good though, Raw. It's really good.
Yeah.
Kind of reminded you. Yeah, kind of reminded like how good this rivalry could have been because, obviously Seth being taken out by Bron, he was out injured for ages, comes back, but then Bron's injured as well.
Yeah.
And, so now we're finally getting a match where they're both healthy. Knock on wood, stays like that. And yeah, how do you feel about the promo and Raw between them?
Listen, the promo, like I said, for me, it was the most underrated part of Raw. Obviously, everyone's talking about the Roman Reigns Jacob bit, which we'll get onto later. Again, that was excellent.
Oh, yeah.
For me, the promo here was wicked. I thought both guys came off looking well, looking strong. I loved Seth's line. It was poetry. When how did he put it? When he said to Bron, "Did you think of that yourself, or did you call Big Papa Pump for your hookup?" I thought that bit.
I'd have
loved that line. So yeah, that was wicked. And you know what? It was actually quite good that it didn't get physical because basically every confrontation between them, it's got physical. This time it didn't get physical. It was just words.
Yeah.
Like I said, both guys came off well, and yeah, I thought it was wicked. Yeah, I thought it was a wicked segment. To be honest, I thought it was a wicked segment. And
it was one of those where
match.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, sorry. I said,
I'm looking forward.
I'm so looking forward. We were robbed of it at Mania, but I think getting it back so soon at Backlash, I think, I'm looking forward to it.
Big match for Mania. I think the promo is really good. It kind of reminded everyone as well. Like, if they hadn't have a fight as well and have a brawl, it would have been just a case of you kind of forgot. You would have remembered that he turned on Seth, but you kind of forgot in a little bit and do as well. So it was a good reminder going back to having that promo, and then you going back to reminding everyone how he turned on him. And then they've given a genuine reason why he's turned on him finally after all these months. So perfectly set up the match, which, again, Backlash is 2 weeks away, 2.5 weeks. So it's not, maybe even a week and a half now. It's only one more episode of Raw before it. It's a week from this weekend actually, so not got a lot of time to build up to matches at Backlash, but it
might not need it.
But yeah, you've got enough build up behind it. Yeah, it's got enough build up behind it, so we don't need a long build up.
I say with the long build ups, I'm not sure if it works right now with WWE. If you look at what they did with some of the matches, with the build up to some of the matches at Mania. A lot of them sort of suffered, to be honest, because I think the build-ups were so long. Whereas this, and again, with this, as you just sort of touched on, the build-up's there. It doesn't really need that long build-up. We know the story.
Doesn't, yeah.
Yeah, they've got history. You know, things was popping off before both men got injured. So yeah, no, it's wicked for me.
And I said, and as you mentioned before, hopefully it might lead to Bron being put over big time in the feud somehow. You mentioned about some of the matches at Mania not having a long build or having a long build. And yeah, some of the matches were quite short. And seeing what happened on Raw now, I can see why one of them was short. So remember I mentioned about Liv Morgan and Stephanie Fouquet being short, disappointingly short.
Yeah.
And there was rumors they're both a bit banged up. I know Liv was, Stephanie, I was like, now it's confirmed now. So Judgment Day is taking out Stephanie Fouquet on Raw, and that is to write her off TV because I can't remember what it was. Was it a rotator cuff or it was a shoulder, I believe?
Yeah. Something I don't remember what it is exactly, but it was something to her shoulder. Apparently, she's out 6
That sounds like she'll be out for a good while.
At least 6 to 8 weeks, supposedly. So that's a blow.
Was it 6 to 8 weeks? It was
at least. I don't think they put an actual time frame on it. I was reading the injuries she's suspected of having. It usually keeps athletes out for 6 to 8 weeks. But the WWE haven't put the time on it. So it just depends how fast she heals. She's young, she's fit, she's athletic. So yeah, hopefully no more than 8 weeks. Fingers crossed.
I mean, if you look at it, it's not too long, considering sometimes some of these guys will have like breaks in her as well and stuff. So her having maybe 2 months off, it comes back refresh and, comes to get revenge against Liv. Does she win the title back from Liv? It builds up a bit of a, she's probably, especially right now, better up. She's better off as a challenger for the title rather than title holder.
Yeah. No. I agree.
Early stage of a WWE run.
Yeah, no, I agree, to be fair. But it's a shame for her because I think, she's, for me, strongest, as you just said, when she's challenging. I think in this role she's playing now, I think it would have taken up another level. She's had the belt, she's got that experience, she's had the big match at Mania. And I think playing the role of chasing the belt would have been sort of ideal for her at this point in her career. And it's just, again, it's almost sort of robbed of it because I think this feud could have got even better with Liv. I think it would have gone even better. But yeah, it will come back round. Hopefully it's no more than 2 months. I suppose that'll probably, if it's no more than 2 months, what are we now? Touching into May.
SummerSlam, maybe.
Yeah, a couple months, maybe.
I won't mind
SummerSlam.
Seeing them have it. I would like to see a rematch at SummerSlam. I won't mind that, and especially with more time as well compared to the match at Mania.
Yeah, the timing
healthy for it.
So that's saying the timing quite works out. If it's a couple months, even if it's a couple months, I might just say to have a couple more weeks because you're gonna come back and it's gonna be the build to a SummerSlam match. That works out perfectly.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. So exactly. Looking at Judgment Day took her out.
Although Stephanie might not be the only one that Liv's got to keep an eye on.
I was going to say, and that transitions into what we speak about with Roxanne Perez, who got a great reaction in her hometown. I think it's the first time she's wrestled in her hometown live TV. Got the win for Judgment Day against Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. Great reaction as well, literally face reaction there. But Finn Balor in her ear, because it was him that brought her into the Judgment Day against Liv's wishes. Now he's saying to her, don't trust Judgment Day. Now this is interesting and it was true, isn't it? Because Liv, if you remember, if you look back, Liv didn't really want her in there, and it was Balor that brought her in. Finn Balor was kicked out of the group, whilst Roxanne Perez was actually off TV, which is interesting. I completely forgot about it.
Yes,
and
that's true
because was she?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I was saying that part of it, Roxanne being off TV at the time, that part of it did slip my mind.
But it worked. It worked because it works into it. Because would she have literally just sided with them straight away like that, considering it was Balor that brought her in?
Look, if they were thinking about having Roxanne turn on the Judgment Day and maybe turning her face, then I think Monday night's episode of Raw would have confirmed that's the direction we're going down. The reaction she got, how over she is generally, she seems to be very over.
Yeah, it is in the hometown. Just keep in mind. It wasn't
the hometown, but even she obviously doesn't get cheered. She's a heel. But when you speak to people about Roxanne, a lot of people are they're very positive on her. They're high on her. They rate her. She is quite over. I think what happened on Monday Night Raw, I think would have just given them an insight into how over she could become if she turns on Judgment Day, gets a face run. Because in the ring, she's hugely talented.
She's talented. She's still quite young as well, you know.
She's young, but she's ridiculously talented, that girl. So yeah, I think that's the direction. Like I said, if they were thinking about it before and just sort of maybe putting it out there, putting the feelers out there, then what happened on Monday would have confirmed, yeah, that's the direction we need to go down with her. So it will happen. I still think it'll be a little while yet before it does happen.
Let us simmer a little bit, let it build up a bit.
Yeah. Let that see. Yeah. It could happen sort of after SummerSlam. Maybe at SummerSlam is when the turn is. I still think it's going to be a couple months at least, 2-3 months away. Because what you don't want to do is she turns and then she's in a rivalry of Liv, and then Stephanie comes back, and then they've not really got nothing to do with Stephanie. So you've got to keep that feud there for Stephanie when Stephanie comes back. Unless she turns and then she gets into a rivalry with Raquel. Who knows? But personally, I think let it simmer for a bit. Make it look like she's going to turn, but then she helps out Liv and turns on Finn, or gives him a low blow, whatnot. Make it look like she's going to turn face, but she almost doubles down on her loyalty to the Judgment Day. And then maybe around SummerSlam time, that's when we can see her turn face.
It could even be longer than that, but again, it's that worry of you don't want them to drag it out as well.
Yeah, you don't want to drag it out, but like I said, in terms of Liv, I think the big feud for her right now is Stephanie. So you don't want Liv caught up in any long-term feuds at the moment. And I think Roxanne Liv would be a long-term feud, or mid to long-term.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. Yeah, I can see that. Going into something long-term now, this could be long-term or short-term. And it's interesting as well, because I was saying about Oba Femi with big win against Brock Lesnar, have him off TV for a few weeks. He comes back in maybe a big way against a big name. But the opposite of that's happened now. So Oba Femi's, he's challenged Grayson Waller. He beat Grayson Waller easily as expected. What wasn't expected is that he's now got an Oba Femi open challenge. But Oba Femi's got a challenge, which sounds like he's going to do weekly. Yeah. So that's interesting. So he's got open challenge in there. But the way I'm looking at it is who comes out and challenges him, because a lot of people look at him, kayfabe, they'll look at him and think, well, he battered Brock Lesnar in a few minutes, technically retired him, as far as we know. Who's going to want to come out and face Oba Femi? Who's going to want to come out and face him?
Do you know what? Part of me is thinking they don't quite know what to do with him. And that's why they've gone down this route, almost sort of kick the can down the road.
You don't think they know what to do with him? Yeah.
Part of me is thinking that. And it's just sort of to kick the can down the road until they figure out what they really want to do with him. They're going to come out and they're going to get sort of Grayson Waller level guys that he can destroy, continue to look good before they figure out what to do. Part of me is thinking that. Part of me is thinking... stupidly thinking that his next proper challenger will be Gunther, because I don't think they know what to do with Gunther either. There's two guys who
one of them would have to be
Gunther. I know they don't know what to do with. Like, I think that's quite clear. They don't know what to do with Gunther, especially now. Obviously, Seth's gone back to the Bron feud. They've got no idea what to do with Gunther.
So he wasn't even on TV this week. Unless I missed it,
such a significant win at Mania as well. They don't know what to do with him. Oba, I'm starting to suspect, he's destroyed Brock. What do we do next? Where do we go next? Where do we take him? That's what I'm thinking that's going through their head. You know what?
Unless it leads to someone answering the challenge and it's a big name. But
Possibly, but who's going to be the big name?
Could be, yeah, say Gunther. It could be Gunther. It could
For
be.
me, it makes sense because you don't know what to. Unfortunately,
Like eventually, anyway, Gunther, not the first person.
So, like I said, you don't want either of them taking a loss at the moment. That's the conundrum you have. But if you hate with Gunther, stick him in a feud with Oba, because I think he can lose to Oba and it not affect him so much because Oba is so dominant.
Yeah.
And when I say lose to Oba, he can lose and still look strong. He doesn't have to do to Gunther what he did.
He can, yeah. I think they got a weird thing, WWE, and I get why they have this issue because fans will say you're buried as soon as you lose a match. I think WWE's got an issue if someone loses a match or loses it clean. They've got an issue with it. Or they're very reluctant to have a big name like lose clean in a match, and they're worried about them hurting too much. But I think with these two, we're where they are right now, how dominant they both are, and being on both on the same brand, I think eventually they'll need to have to face each other eventually. Sooner probably not later. Unless Gunther was to move to SmackDown, maybe there could be an idea then.
To be fair, I think one of the big names in Raw does need to move to SmackDown anyway. That's a discussion maybe we can pick up in the next episode. But whether it's Gunther, CM Punk, maybe a Jacob, depending on what happens at Backlash. I do
talk about Punk move to SmackDown.
Sorry?
There's been talk about CM Punk move to SmackDown.
CM Punk was
the network thinking of once him did.
You could move a Gunther to SmackDown, but I do think one of them, especially now sort of Jacob, is on Raw. Is he officially on Raw, Jacob?
I don't even know if he is. He might officially be on Raw now. Going off Wikipedia, I think they're saying he might be still SmackDown, but they've not officially announced him as part of Raw.
Okay, so
but then it is confusing where he's challenging Roman Reigns.
Yeah, that makes little sense to me.
So I think he's still SmackDown.
Yeah, if he's part of SmackDown.
But I think the reason for the releases. Yeah, I think the reason some of the releases though is because SmackDown's moved back to 2 hours again soon. So sort of trimming the roster for SmackDown, anyways.
But SmackDown. When I look at the two brands in terms of the top end talent, Raw like really outstrips SmackDown. It's not very well balanced. I think SmackDown needs one, maybe even two heads from Raw, like at the top end. So, but again, we'll discuss that next episode. But over Gunther thing, personally, I would just make that feud next because, like I said, unless they've got something lined up, which they could do because we don't know everything, we don't know anything really. Unless they've got something lined up for both guys, then what I would do is stick them in a rivalry with each other. Oba has to go over, but you can still make Gunther look strong, and it could be that Gunther's given Oba the best match of his life, the toughest match of his life. He pushed him to the limit. A guy that just destroyed Lesnar. So Gunther could lose and still come off strong. But as you said, the WWE seems to have
that could be a SummerSlam match.
What's that?
It could be the SummerSlam match, to be fair. I think Gunther and Oba Femi. It's not bad. Unless Oba Femi, because he's an early favourite to win, maybe potentially win the King of the Ring. And then face for the weight title SummerSlam. But unless,
SummerSlam's still a bit of a way away. So I'm thinking Oba needs something sort of now. Gunther, for me, definitely needs something now. You can't have him retire the guys who's retired, beat Seth at Mania, and then it's like, what do we do next? Like, you've got to have a plan.
You can't, but
and if you
see them,
but then bro, if you ain't, then move him to SmackDown, because then there's the options of new feuds, new rivalries, new matches.
Yeah. You got your Cody Rhodes there. I'm thinking in terms of top faces, maybe a Jacob Fatu in there as well if he's still on SmackDown.
He's still on SmackDown. Gun for Cody will be good. Gun for Cody will be good.
Yeah.
That'd be obviously they had the match. Was it last year or the year before?
Yeah.
Was it Crown Jewel, if I remember correctly?
Yeah, it was a couple years ago. Yeah, when there was champion beat champion,
and that was a good match. A feud, I think. Yeah, I think a feud would be wicked. It'd be something again new and fresh for Cody. I think he'll put Gunther over well in terms of the build up to it. I think, yeah, get Gunther on SmackDown and put him in a feud with Cody.
I think it'll be fresh. I think it'll be quite fresh as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
trouble.
Two of your top stars, two of your elite stars, and it's something fresh. Yeah, stick him in a feud with Cody.
Yeah.
If you've got nothing from him on Raw, stick him over to SmackDown, put him in a feud with Cody.
Oh, yeah, even if that, we'll have to see in it. Maybe they've got something planned there, but we'll have to see. Maybe it might come to fruition. But we'll see. Look, going into it now. So Becky Lynch, speaking of open challenges, Becky Lynch often open challenge. IYO SKY accepted. Becky Lynch ends up beating IYO because of Asuka in there. And now another match for Backlash confirmed, and it's IYO SKY versus Asuka, which was probably your plan at one point for Mania.
Yeah.
And didn't go through with it. Now it'll be happening at Backlash.
Yeah, it's a shame it didn't happen at Mania, but we're getting it at Backlash. Backlash is looking, I think there's only 3 matches so far, but 3 strong matches, let's be real. I'm looking forward to it. IYO, Becky.
It'll be a good match. It'll be a really good match, them two.
What's that?
Especially if we give it time.
What, Oscar, IYO?
Asuka and IYO, yeah. So
yeah. It's got the potential to be possibly the match of the night. Whatever other match you put on, this has got to be fair. But then Roman Jacob could be match of the night. Seth Rollins, like, it's just so far it's 3 matches, but
and it's
looking strong. Yeah, it's looking strong. So we'll see. But yeah, it's going to be a wicked match. The IYO Becky Lynch. When IYO came out, I thought, actually, this is interesting. Again, it's quite fresh. This is interesting.
Yeah, don't you?
I would like to see that revisited at some point. But yeah, in terms of Backlash, IYO, Oscar, I think it'll be wicked. It's about time we had it, to be fair.
Oh, yeah. No, I can see that. So, well, yeah, because the rivalry's been going on for ages. And I know, obviously, Kairi Sane going now. Makes it a bit weird. It's a bit of a void doing that rivalry now, but maybe it's a case of this rivalry ends at Backlash, IYO wins.
And I just want to see a one-on-one match, no interference, which obviously Kairi Sane gone. It's unlikely we will. Unless she makes a return. Because we all want Kairi Sane.
They've done it before with R-Truth.
Okay?
They've done it before with R-Truth when he came back.
Exactly.
When he got released.
Exactly. But to be fair, with this, I just want a one-on-one match, no interference. Because I think this match doesn't need interference.
Nah, just straightforward match, especially with them two now. No one else.
Yeah.
There's no reason for anyone else to interfere in this match now as well. So just have it between them, straight one-on-one match, and then there's no Kairi Sane there now as well, you say. So straight one-on-one match, see who the better woman is.
Yeah, and then keep it moving.
Yeah, exactly. So so going into the main event segment now with Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu's challenging Roman Reigns to a match, which, who's on the poster for Backlash. I don't think got a great reaction, the poster itself. Just a Roman Reigns with a Miami background or Tampa, Florida background. Just on that note, I quite like it. It's all right, but a lot of people don't. Back into the segment now. So the interesting part and my favorite part of it as well, was where Jacob said Solo brought him into it. And Roman Reigns threw the line out there saying Solo couldn't even get a guy to get my delivered. I thought that was brilliant. That should have got a better reaction from the crowd.
Yeah, for me, I was creasing when he said I was creasing because he's just so nonchalant as well. Like, so Roman Reigns is like, he's just Roman Reigns is a bad man. Roman Reigns is a bad man. But speaking of bad man, Jacob, proper bad man.
The way he dealt with him.
Not many people deal with Reigns like that, one-on-one. And that Tongan death grip, it had Reigns on the ropes there. It had him suffering.
Wondering how he did it. That's all I'm wondering. I need to dissect it and see how he did it.
Yeah, I've not gone back. I've just seen it the once. And usually I try and watch bits and pieces of Raw and SmackDown a couple of times just in case I miss anything. So I do need to go back. But Roman, he put him over well. He made Jacob look like a monster. And I know that there's been some sort of dialogue, asking is Jacob, was that a heel turn or was that just him sort of turning it up a notch? I don't think it was a heel turn. I think it was just him letting Reigns know, I am ready. I'm not your little cousin anymore. I am ready. And I don't just want, I need that title. I think that's all it was. It's just because
I don't think it was
trying to little boy at times. I think we call our little cousin. And you say
which he has done. He's a narcissist.
He was very narcissistic. But he just tried to sort of little boy him at times. And I think Jacob's just letting him know, I'm not that little cousin anymore. I'm on your level. And Reigns saying to him, I don't think you're ready as well. I don't think probably sits well with Jacob. So it's just Jacob making his point.
He's not like your stereotypical baby face or whatever, like happy, children, high-fiving the crowd. He's a bit of a monster face as well. Yeah. But also beat down Reigns after that. He just gave him that sort of hold, that tongue.
If he gave him a beat down after, then you might say it's a heel turn. But it was a tongue. He made him know, boy, it's me and you, we're on the same level.
Yeah, so that's what it was. So then Reigns has said the match is official. It'll be Jacob Fatu against Roman Reigns at Backlash. Listen, I think it'll be a great match as long as Jacob Fatu gets put over well. Because he won't win, but as long as he gets put over well, I think that's all you really expect. That's all you really want from that match.
Yeah, exactly. Because again, Jacob can lose and still look hella strong coming out of it.
Oh yeah, definitely. You don't have to win every match. Yeah. So looking forward to that. We're going to preview Backlash and do a review on SmackDown in the coming days, the next few days, guys. That's all the time for us now. Just remember to subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Instagram, and listen to us on Spotify as well. We'll see you guys soon.
And remember to like and comment. Thank you very much, everyone. Take care. See you next time.
Thank you for watching the Brothers of Destruction podcast. Remember to subscribe so you don't miss an episode and look out for our question of the week.